Hi guys, welcome back. Airdrops, how to get free money. Yes, specifically because into bear market, one of the best strategy to being still profitable is through airdrops. From one side is because obviously if you understand how it works, you will also get the opportunity to get an airdrop from them. Remember that bear markets are for builders. So it means that many protocols, blockchain are being built right now, and they are also not having yet a token. And this token sooner or later will come. So the sooner you will get into that protocol, into that blockchain, the higher, the bigger will be also your airdrop. Not to mention that there is another big opportunity that is thanks to your knowledge. The more you know about the different protocols, blockchains, and the earlier you will discover them, also the bigger is the opportunity, because obviously the bear market will not last forever, and sooner or later we will have another big bull run. And if you are into the different projects that are having the biggest possibilities, obviously the bigger will be also your profit. But let's dive into the topic. Let me say, guys, that this channel is just about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's great, but do always your own research before. And guys, don't forget to check all our links into the description below, where you can find from one side how to support us. Yes, because if you want to support us, you are more than welcome. That's something that is needed also for us, because yes, it's a bear market and it's also the period where we are suffering at most. And don't forget also to check our Twitter, Substack, where we publish our weekly newsletter every Sunday. Plus, don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. That's the easiest way to support us and to push our content into the network. Okay, guys, let's start immediately. The main reason why in this moment so many people are talking about airdrops is thanks to Aptos. I will make a video about Aptos into the next couple of days and weeks, because that's a topic that could become big. Aptos is a big blockchain, it is backed by a great team, and could be something that can grow a lot. But I don't want to discuss about Aptos right now. I want to simply say that many people have participated into their testnet, and right now they are being rewarded. The rewards obviously are going from 1,000 to several thousands. It really depends from the moment of the snapshot and the price, obviously, of the APT token. Because one story, if you are taking in consideration this price, that was around $14, and other stories, if you are taking this one, it is just 6 point something. Right now, the price is going an uptrend, so maybe if you were holding the token, maybe you are getting even more. But let's understand what are the other protocols and blockchains that are almost ready to release an airdrop. Obviously, remember that in the moment when we are talking about airdrops, nothing is for granted. Because yes, there is a possibility, but the reality is that we don't know how and when the different protocols and blockchains will release their airdrop. We all have heard about Optimism, that is another big blockchain, a layer 2 optimistic rollups on Ethereum, that is still releasing its own airdrop. Another big airdrop that all of us are waiting for is the one that is coming for Arbitrum. That's something that we are talking about since 1 year ago. I don't know if you remember, but I made a video about different possible airdrops, and one of them was specifically talking about the airdrop on Arbitrum. If you missed that one, check out the video into the right corner there. It is just a way to demonstrate to you that, yes, we don't know when it will come. What we know is that it will, with any probability. It's just a matter to select which protocols, blockchain do you want to follow, and you want to get the airdrop from them and stay consistent, because it is absolutely possible to get free money from them. But let's see a tool that is giving you some information about what are the next airdrop that can come sooner. But let's give a look to what are the candidates for an airdrop. First of all, I highly recommend you to give a look to the airdrops category into DeFi Llama. As you can see, tokenless protocols that may airdrop. As you can see, the list is quite long. What I want to suggest to you is don't go for all of them. It is quite difficult to have time to manage so many airdrops. I rather suggest you select the one that you like. You can use this list just to discover more projects, because usually when a project is still have to launch its own token, it means that it's also usually at the beginning of its own journey. So if you are digging inside different protocols, if you're understanding more about what they are offering and how they can succeed long-term speaking, maybe you will not get an airdrop, but probably you will get the opportunity to enter into the project into the right moment, because we have still to remember that many projects made something like 1000x, 100x in just the previous bull run. And that's something that will happen again. It is just a matter to find which, according obviously to your taste, what is your preference, and what is a good fit for your own portfolio. The biggest candidate for another big airdrop are the usual names. I'm talking about Layer 0, ZkSync, and Sui blockchain. I'm just going through these three, not because are probably the only ones, because there could be many others like Zk EVM, that is the part of the Zk rollups from Polygon, or another big topic when it comes to airdrops is the one that is coming from Cosmos and Osmosis. Don't forget that in the moment when you are staking the Osmosis token and the Atom token, in that moment you are eligible for many different airdrops that are coming for the ecosystem of Cosmos and Osmosis. If you want to know more about it, and if you want to check if you are eligible for any of them, you can check airdrops.one, that is giving you a full breakdown of the different protocols that are just giving tokens to people that were staking Atom and Osmosis. So as you can see, in this case, it is fair enough to just staking. So in the moment when you are doing this action, you know that, yes, I'm exposed to the volatility of the token of Atom and Osmosis, but at the same time is also like accumulating tokens that are coming from other projects. So it really depends if you are believing or not in that ecosystem. If it's yes, the answer, yes, maybe just staking, it is a possibility to earn free money and free tokens that are coming from different projects. Obviously, remember that it doesn't mean that all of these projects will succeed and will do 1000, 100, or even just 10x. It's not the point. It's just a matter of choices. In the moment when you are staking, you will get staking rewards plus airdrops. The question you have to answer is that the kind of volatility, the kind of investment I want to expose to? If the answer is yes, let's do that. If the answer is not, or if you are start wondering, maybe I should invest my money into something else, if it's the case, maybe look for something else. Going back to our three main projects, Layer 0, ZkSync, and Sui, what I want to say is that what I will say about these protocols, these projects, applies also to all the other projects that could be into this list, or maybe other projects that you know that they are not having yet a token. First of all, what I highly recommend you is use a specific wallet. Why? Because, for example, in my case, I'm using many wallets, but in the moment when it comes to airdrops, it is quite difficult to remember, oh my God, which kind of wallet I was using with that protocol, which kind of one I have been testing for that blockchain, and so on. On the other side, if you are just using a specific wallet that you are using that just to be qualified for the different airdrops, it is much easier to manage your own airdrops. That's just a suggestion, but feel free to do whatever you think it is the best strategy for your own portfolio. What is important is, guys, remember, if you're using Layer 0 with a specific protocol, obviously the wallet that will be qualified for that airdrop will be only that wallet. So pay attention and don't forget which protocol you have been using. And I know that maybe it could be a stupid assumption, because yes, I will obviously remember about the wallet I have been using for that protocol. The reality is that it's not so easy, because many times the airdrop will come 1 year, 2 years later. So into this kind of period, it's not always easy to recall which wallet you were using. Okay, understood that. What you have to do? For example, when it comes to layer 0, what is available right now is the testnet for the bridge USDC, now natively omni-chain. It is still into the testnet, but you can use it. And in the moment when you are using it, you will be possibly qualified for an airdrop. Remember that right now we don't know literally the token LZR, when and how it will be distributed. All we know is that the more action we are doing into the ecosystem layer 0, the better it will be. So one idea could be simply using the bridge. Another one could be using Stargate. Stargate is the main protocol that has been built thanks to layer 0. But another possibility could be all the different other projects are using layer 0. One of them, if I'm not wrong, is also SushiSwap with its own version, SushiX. It is also leveraging the layer 0 technology. So an idea is use whatever is using that technology. If you're not knowing that, and if you want to be qualified for a huge airdrop for layer 0, just dig inside, just check which projects are using this technology and be there, use their protocols. How? First of all, you need to do transactions. Sometimes a qualifying action is the number of transactions that you have done into the protocol. Obviously, remember, it really depends how much does it cost using that blockchain. If the fees are really low, maybe it could be an idea doing many transactions. If the transaction fees are high, personally speaking, I would just go testing that, moving a certain amount of money that is a good fit for my own portfolio, and I will be fair enough. Another thing that is important is the volume. Many times the volume is a qualifying option. It means that if you have $1,000 and you are trading, you are moving them into that ecosystem for 100 times, it means that your volume is around $100,000. So obviously, if you want to increase your volume and you have just a small starting amount of money, you need to move them many times. Another way to qualify for an airdrop is to participate to the governance. So it is simply necessary to have a token, if it's necessary, a token to participate to the governance, or maybe just go into the forum, check what are the proposals, participate into the activities. Obviously, the more you are into that community, the better you will be prepared to take advantage from this situation. What I'm suggesting to you is not really be too greedy. If you will be too greedy and you will be just doing something just to get the airdrop, with any probability you will not be able to maximize the opportunity. Select a number of projects that is the best fit for you and go for that at the maximum of your capabilities. Another project with any probability will give a big airdrop is ZkSynk. And a good opportunity is just learn more about testnet. As you can see up here, ZkSynk version 2 now on testnet. So if you have the opportunity, go for that. Test it. Using a testnet is almost free. The only cost is your time. So go for that, try, and not to mention that you will also understand what are the pros and cons about that technology. And that is having a big value because it will give you insider knowledge about the future of that protocol and in this case blockchain. When it comes to ZK, so zero knowledge rollup, this is a technology that with any probability will have a bright future. I made a video about the different zero knowledge blockchains that if you missed that one, I will leave that into the right corner here because it's quite interesting and it represents also the future. At the same time, the same applies to Sui, that is another blockchain that has just closed a 300 million Series B, so it means that they are raising a lot of money. They are heavily backed by investors, and right now they are just testing the blockchain, so also in this case, you can participate just using the testnet. Another way to be qualified for Sui, ZK, Layer 0 and all of these blockchains is using the protocols that are building on top of that. What does it mean? Simply, let's suppose that you want to use Sui. The first and easiest way is simply opening a wallet and start moving funds from a wallet to another wallet. But on top of that, you can also start using the different protocols that are developing into that blockchain. So in this way, you will not only be qualified for a possible airdrop for Sui, but also with any probability for a possible future airdrop also for the protocols that are developing on that. There are many ways, the many different kind of protocols that are developing, like DEXs, domain names, and any kind of other DeFi protocols. It's just a matter to be patient and dig into the different protocols. Another thing that is really important when it comes to airdrops is, guys, don't be too greedy and don't fall for scams. There are many scams, specifically on Twitter, that are just claiming to give you an airdrop about the most famous projects. With any probability, it's not true. They are just there to scam you, so pay attention and select carefully what are your sources and which actions are you doing. Another thing, that's also the reason why previously I was saying to you, use a specific wallet. That's important even more if you're using technologies that are quite new and quite risky. Remember, the newer and the riskier is the technology, also the more are the threats also for your wallet. If you're using a wallet that is managing all of your funds and you're using a technology that is just so young, the risk to fail into something that can grant access to your wallet and you don't know how it works, the risk is high because maybe they can drain all of your funds. We have just seen with Free Commas that was granting a permission accessing the funds on FTX. What happened is that many users lost a lot of funds. So pay attention and decide carefully to which wallet and to how many funds you want to grant permission, because in the moment when you have gave them, it's done. Yes, you can take it out, but it requires to remember of that, and on the other side, you will never know in which moment the malicious player will take action, taking advantage from the permission that you have granted. So guys, pay attention to that. Let me know what is your favorite airdrop and what is your strategy in order to get them. And don't forget, guys, if you find it useful, to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye, guys.